Ghanaians, our beloved country, is in danger. A danger that was entirely avoidable, but it was too lucrative for a few greedy men who did not care about the tragedy it brought along, that they had to drive all of us into it. We are in a situation that Ghana, a third world country, should have avoided like a plague. Our forefathers shed their blood for this land, a land blessed with rich minerals, fertile soil, lush vegetation, and beautiful rivers flowing across it into the sea. But after Nkrumah's reign, the aristocratic nature of our leaders, corruption, and political incompetence has crippled our nation. 67 years after our independence, Ghana's transformation remains a pipe dream. Our hospitals are sick, our economy chaotic, our justice system porous, state institutions mere shadows of their true purposes, our transportation system a nightmare. Yet we endure, we hope for a better future. In our hope, agriculture is our strongest industry as a nation, cocoa our most valuable product, but above all, our land has the power to feed us all, rich and poor alike, sustains us with its fertile soil and flowing rivers. But even though agriculture is our lifeline, it remains stuck in the ice age. It's 2024, yet majority of farmers in Ghana still rely on manual labor and harmful chemicals. Plantation farming is a narrow field in the industry. In spite of all this, we still depend solely on our land for survival. Now, the government has condoned the destruction of our land and its water bodies. The very last hope for our people is being destroyed before our very eyes. Our leaders have watched and thrown around slogans, but shown nothing but incompetence in addressing this national disaster. Galamsey is destroying our rivers, our lands, and our future. This failure to address this national disaster comes as no surprise to me. For decades, the political class has failed to solve national problems or foster real transformation in Ghana. They are too busy enriching themselves through corruption, selling off state assets, and engaging in total state capture. Our leaders allowed Galamsey to thrive. Even as they fill their pockets with riches, they hunger for more, because the wealth in our nation's coffers is not enough for them anymore. Their greed has overgrown the provisions of the nation's wealth. Now they want our lands and rivers. They steal the food from our very mouth and water from our streams. They rob us of our future, leaving us hunger, hardship, and disease in return. And this indeed is pure evil. Galamsey is leading us toward a health crisis, a crisis our fragile health system is not prepared to face. Our local economies are crumbling, and our agricultural backbone is being severed by Galamsey. Fellow Ghanaians, we must act now. We must call for a ban on all small-scale mining now. Even though not all small-scale mining is responsible for this situation, it is the form this dangerous mining activities take. And since it is clear that we can't rely on the government or state institutions to monitor and stop these illegal activities, they have already failed at that. Also, the corrupt system that handed over our forest reserves to miners still exists. This is a larger sign, a huge red flag telling us that we can't trust these people to take initiatives as our leaders to solve this problem, because they have no interest in doing so. That's why we must ban all medium and small scale mining now, and we must put the military to task to enforce this ban. After all, it is their task to protect this nation, and there's nothing more dangerous than Galamsey, Ghana's national disaster, because this is a fight for our survival as a people. After 3 decades of rule by the NPP and NDC, it is clear we can no longer trust the political class of civil servants with our future. They will sell it off for their own gain. If you think Galamsey is not your problem because you drink sachet water, bottled water, because you are not a farmer, because Galamsey is far from your home, think again, my brother. The food you eat does not just magically appear in the market. It is grown on the very lands being ravaged by Galamsey. The so-called mineral water you drink from the bottles and sachets do not come from the skies. It is sourced from the rivers now filled with mercury and chemicals used for illegal mining. And that's if you take out the mud in it. Galamsey is coming into your home, into your body. So now it's not the fight of Antiaba and children in some village in the central region. It's now your fight too. Fellow Ghanaians, this is our fight. We must educate ourselves of the situation we are in right now, the dangers that comes with it, and the calamity waiting for us in the future if we don't stop Galamsey now. Every minute, every hour we waste playing around this topic, talking too much, the damage is deepening. We must speak up and demand action before the damage to our lives become irreversible, because there is no way majority of Ghanaians can afford imported water. Right now, sachet water is at 50 pesos and people can't even afford buying 5 sachet waters a day. The rise of food insecurity, and we cannot add this problem to it. It will be like adding petrol to fire, and we must come together as one, once and for all, to stop this. Because what benefit is there to a nation if a few men get filthy rich at the expense of our health, our future, and the future of generations to come? The land our ancestors toiled for is more valuable than all the gold in the world. We cannot put a price on it. We cannot quantify the amount of food that it has grown for our forefathers now and it will provide in the future. We cannot put a price on the water it has provided, the life it has given us. We must protect it before it is too late. For the land of Ghana is our true inheritance, and our land is more precious than a mountain of gold.